Now, before we get to all the bad stuff, let's first acknowledge the fact that the only person who showed up for the Phoenix Suns was Cameron Payne. Credit to him for that. He's the only person who ain't fold under pressure. And now we're going to talk about a lot of stuff defensively. And with this Phoenix squad having no defensive presence and talent, plays like this can't be going on. So getting back in transition, matchup, you face guard, turn your head, you get backdoored. That's what Denver Nuggets do all day. And now KD, can we please talk about KD too? You know, a lot of people give Bron a lot of slack for little things that happen and whatnot. But KD for a while now has had a lot of bad playoff runs. Last year getting killed by Boston, and now he went out sad like this with Phoenix after requesting a trade. We need to start talking about that. We need to start talking about that. We're going to talk about it a little more going throughout this video too. But the biggest need, some wing players. Shamet, Ross, Okogie, and Torrey Craig cannot do the work that they need to for them to be competitive. So boom. We're going to talk about all of them, but Shamet. That was absolutely horrendous off-ball defense. If this is a flare screen, you do not want to switch this. Why get hit by the screen? You got to stay over. Just some basic stuff. Just like, you're just allowed to go on, hit an open three, and now it just starts to add up. It just keeps going. And boom. No Ayton. Landale was on Jokic duty. Did not go too well. Pete this right here by Landale, right? Look at his head. Right there. That's where he messed up. Because the second he seen Murray begin to turn the corner and get into his handoff, he anticipated the action. The second that you anticipate the action, you lose presence of the moment. And as you lose presence, you're not able to do what you need to do to be able to make the best play you can. Because now you're thinking ahead of yourself about stuff that hasn't even happened yet. So you anticipate actions. Jokic turned the corner right here. Peep that. Now it gets to his float game. Jokic not missing those. Backdoors, like I was saying. They gonna destroy you with these backdoors. So peep. Cam Payne cut off the handoff, and now if you're playing the Nuggets, you do not want to allow them to get half a step ahead of you, because they do. Jokic's gonna throw this right there. But Lando could do a better job as well playing Jokic by using his hands a little better. So notice how he gets his hand out more horizontal, right? If you're trying to stop this bounce pass right here, you want to get that hand more diagonal, because that's going to be the same direction which the ball goes. It's not going to go straight out like this. It's going to go like this. So instead of sticking his hand out to get here, he's got to stick it out more down. So maybe he could catch the ball on its way down and get a tip, get a deflection, or even a steal. Now back to KD once again. That's a tough shot, but that's an uncharacteristic air ball from KD. Let's be real. And now Bruce Brown, right? Former teammate in Brooklyn. Mismatch, size advantage, and everything. Those are bunnies for KD. But on this night and in previous games, and as we've seen last playoff run, it was bricks. It's tough, man. And I don't like how KD took a backseat to D-Book when he got there. He still should have controlled the ship. You know, put back by Biyombo. This is where things start to go left, bro. This is where things start to go left. It was 27-26. The Nuggets are about to finish this quarter, scoring 17 straight in 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, right here, boom, KCP, tray ball. I think he had like 21 points at halftime or something. Crazy, going dumb. Oh my gosh, Terrence. They need some wings. They need some wings. Please get some new wings. Ross, Shamet, Craig, Okogie's not going to cut it, as you clearly seen. These players are talented, but if you got Ross at the top throwing a pass right here like he's a quarterback, that pass is not going to go well. That's so easily telegraphed, because that's the only thing you can do right here is pass the ball. The only thing. You can't shoot. You can't do anything else. You're going to pass the ball. So this makes the decision for Bruce Brown 10 times easier, because he knows he's only going to pass. Now, Pete, 9-0 run, right? Book, running one leg, fade away to the baseline. If you're trying to break a run, that's not a great shot to take, right? It's not a great shot to take. And I see runs similar to as when a player is cold, because you essentially got to treat him the same way. You can't allow the pressure to get to you. You can't put too much pressure on yourself. You got to be able to not get too high, not get too low, but be able to stay neutral, be able to stay calm so that you enter your next shot. And now you're kind of entering that same mind state that you are in when you're working out and at a neutral level. And now Shamet on Jamal Murray, right? He did one little thing that messed up this whole possession, which is why he fouled Jamal Murray, right? So peep at the start. On this rip through. He just hopped up to him when his defender's attacking. That very second right there is all Jamal Murray needed to get a lane and prevent Shamet from being able to lead him to his help. But instead, now he gets downhill, finds a gap, and now he ends up fouling Jamal Murray. There's little things like this that just add up throughout the course of a game. And you wonder why this game ended out so bad. Another shitty defensive possession. Nobody matches up. Nobody's communicating. When you don't see communication from a team, oh, you know something's bad. You know something's bad. When you see players going like this the whole time, and the fact that you're in the playoffs and you're doing this, 10 times worse. You should be clicking at this point in the season. And now right here, another little thing by Shamet. His positioning on his back screen. So boom. Usually you're going to switch this or you're going to have to tag. He stayed attached just a little too long, which allowed Jeff Green to get behind him and showed Bruce Brown that he could throw this pass over the top. Now he gets his arms hooked up. Boom, that's a foul. And boom, now peep KD on his closeout. Good closeout, but the recovery now. Guarding the ball off the dribble. As a defender guarding the ball, there's going to be times you're going to have to release your angle. So peep this by KD. Boom. Triple threat right now, right? Attack, right? 1, 2. After this second dribble, he continues to go in that same line, which forces Jeff Green to get pushed more towards that sideline. And now instead of where he's trying to get to that rim. So he's going to go up. And KD's going to get called for the foul because he didn't release his angle. He's kept that same angle, bumped him out the way, and now he tries to get that leg. It's going to be a foul. So at this point right here, after this second dribble, he's got to release and try to contest that up at the rim. Whether it's trying to just get a hand up and throw him off a little bit or being able to get that block. Down 15 right now. It ain't too bad right now. Ain't too bad yet. And peep D-Book right there too. It's just a lot of lapses that we're just seeing, bro. A lot of lapses. So peep this. Peep D-Book. Is that flop charge attempt worth all the chaos that you're about to enter because you put your defense in a vulnerable position where it shouldn't have been? Because now Jamal Murray gets it. Terrence Ross is confused whether he just has to bait just enough for you to get back to Murray or he has to take Murray on completely. He's confused between those two. And so now Murray gets a full lane to attack, drop off to Jokic. It's just so easy for him. They had no turnovers through like damn near the first 3 quarters. Now Landale, Jokic duty, right? Got that little angle, right? He's peeped that little nudge Landale did right there too, though. Peep that little nudge right here on that bump right there. He did that earlier in the game, and he got called for a foul, right? But this time, what Jokic did is that he played through it, and he turned that corner. And since Landale put his weight onto Jokic too much in one spot, Jokic allowed himself to be able to spin right off of him and be able to turn that corner. So, as a post defender, you got to be careful how you distribute your weight onto the offensive player as they get into these bumps. Because if you do it like this, they're going to be able to spin off it, turn off of it. It's going to put you in a bad position. Terrence Ross from the corner. Damn, man. That's tough. And not just the brick. Come back down and you give up a 3. They need some wings. And now hear me out. Hear me out. I think the Phoenix Suns should go after Dillon Brooks. Now, I know he just had a bad playoff run, but he's going to compete each and every game. Now, is it too much of an upgrade from Craig or Okogie? Not too much, but what I can guarantee you is that he's going to compete each and every night. And on top of that, he could defend, maybe hit some shots every now and then. Maybe go after Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks ain't going to Shanghai quite yet. Bro, Jokic, bro, his patience and his poise just make defenders look goofy and silly, bro. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Like, and the thing about it is that you mix the patience in with the poise, and then he hits you with a basic move like this. Now it makes the move 10 times better because he's using the move at the right time. A lot of players try to use a move whenever they think they should use a move, but Jokic, he's just so timely with it. He knows when to use a certain move and allows his body and his instinct to guide it. It makes it look so easy, bro. And now D-Book right here. It's the simple things. That's a tough lay, but it's the simple things, right? So notice the way he comes off the screen, right? He ends up going underneath. But what's the point of getting hit with that screen at first if you're gonna go underneath anyways to meet him on that other side? You gotta know your route when you're gonna go and attack a screen and be aware when a screen is coming, so that if you see it already approaching, you can kind of already think to yourself and process how are you gonna approach that screen and get around it. Book was a little late on it, and then MPJ got right here and hit this tough lay. Now Shamet in his bag, boom, attack. Missed that. I know they did not want him to go take that lay. But that play right there kind of just sums up how this game kind of went. Suns up. Everything was in the Nuggets' favor. The Suns tried as much as they could, but still ended up in the Nuggets' favor, man. Now, shame on Jamal Murray, right? ISO work. This is not bad defense. This is not bad defense, right? That's actually good defense. You'll live with that shot. But when you add up possessions before, where it's just these little things that end up getting buckets, onto these plays like this right now, it makes it feel a lot worse than what it is. Now, KD once again, man. It's like his decision making is just off. I don't know what it is, but it's like it's just off. You seen it last year when they played Boston as well. Like, he'll get into these actions, not make the right pass, a lot of turnovers, second guessing. But is KD washing up? That's my question. He has one more year to prove that he's not washing up. And if he doesn't, it's tough, man. It's tough. Put him in that washing up category as well. Like, come on, man. It looks exactly like how it did last year against Boston in terms of KD's performance. But then peep Jokic's strides right here, right? Notice this first step, right? On this first stride, before that footy comes down, he's reading campaign to see, oh, should I pass it to Porter Jr. who's diving, or do I have the lane to be able to go get a lay? And so on that stride, he's able to take this first step and then still have the second step to get through to be able to get to the rim. And because he made that read so early, it allowed him to be able to maximize his options and make the proper read instead of having to rush a play or premeditate a play. Now, boom, third quarter, it's just ugly at this point. And Shamet fell for that bait. Crazy. Peep how much he fell for this bait. Look at Jamal Murray. Boom. Right back. Stole that in the air. That's crazy. He fell for that bait like a fish on a hook. That's crazy bait right there. KD, like, come on. Like, what is this? Like, really? That's wild. And the one thing about Denver I really do credit is that they're not one of these teams who tell every single one of the players, oh, just spot up and take the open three before you go and cut. They're going to go cut and get that too. Damn near every time. And it doesn't matter who it is. It could be Murray, Porter Jr., KCP, Aaron Gordon, Bruce Brown, Christian Brown, all of them. It don't matter. They're all going to make this cut. So a lot of times you'll see players right here in this corner just stay here, take this three, because they try to play to the numbers game, which we do in today's game, right? But he cuts, boom, bumps KD and gets it easy too. And at this point, I just realized they're about to score 101 points. And they've made only 6 threes. I'm done, bro. I'm done. That's the end of this video. Make sure you subscribe, like, turn on notifications. Hit that link in the description. Make sure you go and follow so catch live streams to see the full breakdowns. And we out of here.